6:30 a.m. We're here, Charleston. We got 2 hotels to shoot this morning, but first we need some coffee at the Black Door. Our first shot is having the talent pull in and get valet service. So my assignment right now is to take the camera and put it on the RS3 Pro. And so far this gimbal is working so well. I'm really glad I purchased it. I always think it's funny how groggy my voice sounds in the first clip and then how normal it sounds an hour later. And if you want to watch an entire fiasco happen at the airport, make sure you watch the end of the vlog. But right now, gimbal's going good, and I really do enjoy going pistol style. It's just a lot easier than a ring. Gimbal looks great, but the more and more assisting jobs that I do, I need to get like a fanny pack or something, because these are the things that I need to keep on me. Some new batteries, an ND filter, and a white balance card. And it would be way easier to put this in a small bag or something that's close to my waist instead of filling up my pockets and looking like a Oompa Loompa. So that's next on the list if I keep doing these assisting jobs, which will probably keep happening because I really like them, and it's a new type of job, new type of role, but just another perspective to gain from being on this type of set. So the team is looking at the courtyard entrance as an alternative to the lobby entrance, just because it looks a little more, I don't know, decorated. And I think they're gonna go with this one. We're gonna shoot out of order. So we're gonna do the lobby scene first, and we're gonna have the talent come up with the bag and tracking him with a gimbal. So you can see behind the talent, there's a lady with a rim light, a very, very small tube light. And then the general fill is coming from the tube light that I'm holding. It's working very well. It's already pretty soft. And then just off to the right, there's another guy with a medium-sized tube light. And the reason we're doing this out of order is because we drove here so early so that we could get these locations done before people actually need to start checking in. It would be a nightmare to have to start and stop. We actually are stopping and stopping quite a lot, but now that we're here earlier, there's just less people trying to check in. There's quite a few different color temperatures going on, so it is morning, and the courtyard is only top lit. So there's only an opening coming down and bouncing off the green grass, and then on the inside, we have very warm house lights. Therefore, we did a custom white balance on that little pop-up card and landed somewhere in the middle. Since we're shooting S-Log3, we're definitely going to take advantage of all that color manipulation and do some HSL.
And everybody ready? Yep. Action.
Watch plants.
And cut.
We did a bowling commercial with the Astera Titan tubes, but now we're using the Quasar Science because they're so much smaller and lighter and easier to move around. But those Titan tubes had an insanely long battery, but these are nice too.
Action.
I would have liked to use an FX6 for the internal ND, but Jay, the DP, mounted a Tilt-A-Mat box with a variable ND inside and additionally a black Pro Mist, so we would have had to have a matte box anyways for that type of filter. And then we moved to outside, so now we are outside of the hotel's hair, and we are grabbing a tracking shot as the talent walks across. And we just need a little more fill, so I'm gonna borrow the photographer's scrim and just bounce a little bit of light back in now that the sun's overhead. So next location, we're acting as if he's arriving at another hotel, pulling the stuff out of the trunk.
I like what you just did there.
And setting it up.
Yeah, you put your hand in.
And we gotta use the scrim to block all the direct sunlight.
We've done this a lot.
She designed the
So I couldn't film BTS and hold the scrim at the same time, but essentially we held the scrim above him so that when he pulled the luggage out, he was still in the same soft light. But now for photo, he wants to shoot a wide, and this is not wide enough, so he's just going natural light.
All right, so go ahead and get it close to the bag again like you had it. Perfect, there you go. And action. Nice. Perfect. Good? Yeah.
You ain't the only one.
Done with exteriors. Now we're gonna done with exteriors. Now we gotta shoot inside of a room. So limited gear, bringing handheld and these 3 little lights. And I need to charge my phone because I keep filming.
I think so.
This is a very small room, so we're trying to keep only the people that need to be in here, plus the client. Of course, the client needs to be able to see what's happening, and we're not using a director's monitor or client monitor on this one. But essentially the action here is they bring the bag in, they open it, and we get a top-down shot revealing the golf club bag. And we're having a little bit of issues with lighting. It's hotel rooms usually have the worst lighting possible. So these little light tubes are great for moving around, and they're super light. My shoulders are getting tired holding these things the whole day, but one of them actually did run out of battery, and so we had to plug it in, you can see here, to the wall, which was great because that problem was solved. And then we're just showing how this collapsible golf club bag can turn into a little cube, which I don't know anything about golf, but that actually seems like a pretty cool product. With these product shoots, it's a lot of detail work. It's showing the branding, the logos, the stitching, the craftsmanship. It's not really about the story. You want a cohesive story, but it's about showing the product literally in its best light. And so that means a lot of takes over and over and over again until we get it right.
Perfect. So when you stand it up, just spin it and face it towards me. Face that logo towards me. Yep. Pick it up. Turn it. But almost like pause.
Dude, it looks incredible with the LUT off.
Can we get some lights?
Yeah.
I'm also thinking like maybe
No.
like
Okay.
just so you know, we got 14 minutes. Yep. So I'm gonna walk this in.
You're gonna yeah, you don't have to walk it in, like you can be there and just do that, like that kind of pivot and set it down for me.
Let me know where you need more fill. On top?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's
a wrap.
Now we just have to put everything back where we found it.
Yeah, right.
The Tilta matte box uses a donut system on each lens, so the DP bought multiple donuts for each lens. That way we don't have to switch these. But we're all done, so now we're breaking it down, and then I get to put my UV filter back on here. It's been bare. Well, it's been covered by the variable ND and Black Pro Mist in here and flag. But I really like to keep a UV filter on, even if it has a minimal quality diminish. I'd rather protect the lens. Before our flight, we stop off at a brewery. I highly recommend going to any of these crew outings whenever you can, even if you're exhausted, because you really get to meet the people. In my case, I was in the same rental car, so I was along for the ride, and then straight to the airport. And this is where the TSA pre-check crew differs from the regular crew. This is what happens when asking for pre-board doesn't go right.
I need to register for a media pre-board.
I'm sorry, you need a specific seat or?
Just a pre-board for media members carrying camera equipment. I'll give you this.
We don't do that, honey.
It's part of the Southwest policy. She says they don't do pre-board, but she doesn't know that Southwest does pre-board, so it'll take a second.
I just talked to my supervisor.
Yeah,
You-
that's what it would be. 128, one jump, one extra seat.
Yeah, you're right. 128, one jump, flight deck jump, one extra seat.
Just respectfully, it is part of the the website, members of the media traveling with large camera equipment.
That's
in
not
here.
large camera equipment. That's like a backpack.
We can open it back up and show
Yeah,
you the
but
camera equipment if you
this
like.
works on every Southwest. It's for
I
the
just
case.
asked my supervisor.
But this is the Southwest website,
Okay.
and so this is for the case
You're
that
past pre-board. What's your boarding position? All right.
B55.
And you'll get extra time, all right?
If you're holding on to that key, 1, 2, 3,
You're going to get here earlier if you try and do that.
Yeah,
We typically don't do that, especially with a little backpack. Whether it's camera equipment or not, you're still going to put it in the overhead, right?
But the hope is that if it's a fully boarded flight, that it doesn't have to be checked.
Oh
because
yeah,
it is camera
yeah.
equipment.
You're not gonna have to check this. I mean, I got open seats, so I understand that. Yeah.
So as you can hear, the story changed from we don't do that to my supervisor confirmed we don't do that to, well, that's not large camera equipment to, well, we typically don't do that. So a lot of times these gate agents have never been in this circumstance because production companies usually don't fly Southwest. They fly a different airline. But I love Southwest because of the 2 free check bags. So there's going to be a lot of circumstances where they don't know the policy and they don't want to look uninformed, so they're just going to deny it, and that's why it's extremely important to print out the policy from the website to show them, look, there's no debate, this is what Southwest says. So it's not exactly how you want it to go, but I do get on in between boarding group A and boarding group B. I still get a nice seat. I should have gotten there earlier and done this because she was stressed out and had a lot of things to do, so lesson learned. So happy to be back in Florida. 2 16-hour days has me exhausted. I have a couple new job opportunities that are all pending, especially one in Austin, Texas, so hopefully that comes through. And I really hope the clothing company that I reached out to says yes, because I would love to start a relationship with a sponsor, get the YouTube channel a little bit more official, and get some great clothes, a good product because it's super hot in Florida and that clothing is really good for it, and then hopefully get a discount for you guys. And yeah, just glad to be back. And there's no jobs this week, but that could always change in the next 10 minutes, so I'll see you guys in the next one.
General Boring Down, the restaurant.